Welcome back traders to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'll be going over some of the setups I have for you guys for the week ahead. But before I get to the charts, I do want to quickly mention a few things. The first thing I want to mention is I will be doing a giveaway on Instagram. So click the link in my description if you guys are interested in potentially winning some money. The second thing I want to mention is the free Telegram. So the free Telegram is basically where I personally give market updates daily, and I'm giving signals and I'm just giving updates on the signals. So if you guys are interested in that, I highly recommend you guys join that, because the setups that I'm about to go through right now, something can occur and our bias could switch, or us actually entering these positions. I will be updating on this Telegram. Now, the second thing I want to talk about with you guys is my presence on YouTube. So as you guys already know, I have been more active on YouTube, and I'm thinking, or I've decided that I'm going to start doing 2 videos per week, one of them being the weekly analysis video, and the second one being just any educational content that you guys would like me to post. Now, another thing about YouTube is I have decided to also start a 3-part series where I'll be going over trend trading. So trading in an uptrend, trading in a downtrend, and consolidation. But this is going to be much more in-depth, and I'm not just going to be talking about, the impulsive moves and retracements. Rather, I'll be going in depth, reversals, the psychology of why trend happens, and the psychology of the market itself, right? So a lot of the stuff is going to be in depth and is going to be free for you guys on this channel. Um, Now, another thing that I would like to mention before I actually jump into this video is I am going to try to be more active on this social platform. So just leave a like, comment, subscribe, as this will help me gain exposure not only on this video but on future videos and to my channel overall. And I've gained over 2,000 subscribers, and I appreciate your immense support. I very much appreciate that you guys are liking my content that I'm giving out. Now, for this video, I'll be going over 3 setups: EURAUD, AUDUSD, and EURNZD. Obviously, there's more setups as well, which I will be updating in the Telegram. So again, click the link in my description if you are not already in this free Telegram. Now, let's jump straight into this video. So the first step I'm going to go through is EURNZD. So now, as you guys can see, I am on the 4-hour time frame. Now, we were consolidating in the beginning right here. We had a clean breakthrough. Unfortunately, we did not have this retest. If we did have this retest, we would have definitely had entered this short position, but unfortunately, sometimes the market just does what it likes to do, and we didn't have a retest in this situation. We did come back down to this next level of support, and you guys can clearly see that this support was holding for quite some time, and then last week we actually saw some bearish momentum stepping into the market, and we see some candlesticks right here pushing in below this level, or we're just trading just in this level as well. Now, I just want to go through the daily time frame and the weekly as well, because it does show that it is very bearish. So we just on the weekly time frame, we just formed a bearish shooting star, although the wick at the bottom is kind of is too big for my personal liking, but although it is still a bearish shooting star in this sense. Now, on the daily time frame, you guys can see we had a clean break below with a strong bearish shooting star right here, and then unfortunately we did not have a follow through, but this could just be a retest before the big move to the bottom, to the downside occurs. So what I'll be looking for on EURNZD is I'm going to wait for price to have an aggressive push towards the downside. Okay, then I'm going to wait for price to just come up into this level once again, have that retest, and then from here we can look for a nice push back towards 1.7080. Now, this target level, 1.70, just happens to be another key level of resistance support over here, where we had a level of resistance with this singular wick high right here, and we had some support level here as well. So this is a rough estimate, and we have a nice round number at 1.70, so that is going to be our target. Now, with that being said, this could be a pretty good trade position, as we would be looking for a nice short position of around we can say around 190 pips, and our stop loss can just be somewhere around this area, which could give us a nice 1 to 4.5 risk reward ratio, and we could even make this a bit smaller depending on how price actually reacts around this level. We could have a very good risk reward on this as well. Now, another thing I want to go through, another setup I want to go through is EURAUD. So let's go through that one first. Now, we had this huge consolidation box here, which we ultimately broke through last week. And we even had a retest, and we actually entered a short position. So let me quickly show you guys. So we had a level right here. And as you guys can see, we had a breakthrough, and we waited for that retest to occur. And as soon as we came into this level, we had actually entered a sell position, and we quickly hit take profit. And I think this trade gave us a 9% gain last week. So this was a very good trade. But then unfortunately price failed to create a new lower low, and we just started to move to the side. So what I'm looking for right now on this currency pair is we can already see that price is showing signs of rejection with a huge bullish push towards the upside, but right after we follow through with a bearish rejection. So for that reason, I am going to be looking for a sell position back towards the downside. Obviously we have to wait for confirmation, so we have to wait for either the next 2 or 3 4-hour closures before we can actually decide to enter into this market, because on the daily time frame, although we are consolidating, we just formed a strong bullish engulfing, so we do have to be careful of this as well. So what we could do in this situation is we could either wait for the daily closure to confirm or invalidate this bullish engulfing, or we can just wait for the next few 4-hour closures to confirm that price is actually rejecting this level of resistance before entering a sell position. Now, if price happens to continue to push towards the downside, then I'm simply just going to wait for this level of support to be taken out before looking for this next support level to be achieved, which will give us again another great risk reward ratio on this trade, as well as we'd be looking for a nice 1 to 3 or maybe even 1 to 5 risk reward ratio on this position. Now, EURAUD is a very spiky currency pair, as you guys can already tell with this huge amount of spikes. So the stop loss on this, we could just give it just a bit breathing room, and we could have a 20 to 25 pip stop loss, which would still give us a nice 1 to 4 risk reward ratio. Now, moving on to the last setup I want to share with you guys, which is AUDUSD. You guys can see we had a bullish momentum market where we saw price was pushing towards the upside, and then right here we saw price actually forming a double top formation. So for that reason, I just drew on my level of resistance, and I noticed that there was a level of support at the bottom here as well. As you guys can see on the line chart, as well as you guys already know, I like to utilize the line chart quite often. But you guys can see we have a level of resistance and a strong level of support. So what I'm going to wait for is for a closure below this level of support before we see a retest and then continuation back towards the downside. Ultimately, we would be looking for a nice bearish market. Now, if that doesn't occur and we see price come back into this level of resistance, we could enter another short position right here, as this would then be a triple top formation and a strong level of resistance. And if we can confirm a rejection and we can confirm that price is now starting to look towards moving towards the downside, we can then enter that position towards the downside, and we could even have our take profit at this next level of support, because we are overall in a consolidation at the moment. So obviously, if we're in a consolidation, we just want to wait for price to go into that level of resistance, have that rejection, and then we can look for that short opportunity. Now, this right here would be a pretty good trade, as well as we'd be looking for a 1 to 4 to 1.1 to 4.5 risk reward ratio as well. And if this doesn't occur and our first scenario plays out, this right here again could be a nice 1 to 5 risk reward ratio. So that's pretty much it for you guys right now. I have EURAUD, EURNZD, and AUDUSD. I know I quickly skimmed over it, but the thing is, there's not much data on these currency pairs right now, and the other setups as well, such as the pound pairs especially, they're either in the middle of making an impulsive move or they're in the middle of a retracement. So we just have to wait for that move to completely finish before looking to enter into those types of markets. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys have a profitable week ahead.